Massive show today. I got Jimmy the Maverick here with me in the studio, and we are talking the top 10 fantasy football league winners. This episode can absolutely save your entire season and make you a champion. This is the difference between winning or losing, is drafting these potential league winners. We're talking massive episode. I'm excited to dive in. It is a big episode. Before we get into it, this is very, very important. This show is brought to you by our friends at mybookie.ag. This is the site I use, the site I trust. Listen, get in right now, put down deposit. They got a survivor pool coming up. You get to be in a survivor pool with, yes, me, the counselor. You think you know how to play? Let's see what you got. mybookie.ag. Use code FFC for all the perks when you guys sign up. Survivor pool is coming up. You get set up for the season. I know you like to enhance that game watching experience. So the site you want to use, guys, right now is mybookie.ag. The code you want to use is FFC. Go create an account, put down your deposit, and get in on the action. Football's back, and I'm super excited to team up with them yet again for this season. Go create an account. Listen, I'm ready to dive in, and guess who is here? It is Jimmy, a.k.a. the Maverick. What's going on, Jim?
Hey there, counselor. Yeah, just enjoying the summer. And, I got to say, though, man, I was saying, like, I'm backing off of fantasy football this year. I've got the Dynasty League that you and I are in. I got my Friends League I've been doing for 20 plus years. Like, that's enough. That's all I need this year. But I got to say, man, I'm getting twitchy. I got to do some more drafts. I got to do something. And so I'm probably going to cave. I'm probably going to cave before the season starts, but maybe do a couple of high stakes leagues. I'm just excited about these players, and it's like, I think I want some more teams with them on it. So, there you go.
Jim's got the fantasy football edge. He's been taking some time off here to reflect on his life and go on some vacations. I don't know what you're doing. You're kind of like a superhero that have all this fantasy football knowledge and power. And it's like you don't put on the cape anymore, Jim. It's kind of sad to see. But hey, I like these little kind of short visits.
It's a lot more relaxing. I'll tell you that. It's a lot more relaxing.
for sure, right? Especially with all the haters in the comments sometimes, right? You don't have to deal with them as much. So guys, make sure you guys smash thumbs up and grab that 16-round draft solution. If you are drafting without this, I'm telling you, you're missing out. Grab the 16-round draft solution, sleepers, breakouts, optimal roster. I'm telling you, you'll be light years ahead of the sheep. I've linked it below. Head on over to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Now, some people get upset, Jim. They're like, why are you shouting out your promo? Why are you Dude, like, first and foremost, that's how you're going to win your league, because I'm giving you the answers. And number two, I got to make a living. I mean, I was listening to some radio stations. There's like 10 minutes of commercials. I'm like, dude, and they're giving bad advice. Here you're getting winning advice, and you get like, what, 30 seconds at the beginning of the show for me to plug it and make a living? It blows my mind, Jim, some of the haters in there. And those are the people that don't really care and won't buy the product anyway. So I don't really care about you guys, the haters anyway.
Yeah, the haters. Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get those people, and it's never fun going into the comments. But
I love it. Bring it.
That's a nice thing. I don't have to deal with the comments. I'm just like,
casual visit here. All right, let's dive into it, guys. Hit that thumbs up and let's get on to the first league winner. I'm super giddy about this guy, Jim. And if you watch the first preseason game, absolutely explosive. His first catch was a punt return for like 100 yards. What got him talking about is TreVeyon Henderson. The only knock is that he had a couple injuries, not last year, but a couple years before, injuries in college. But dude, man, like, the guy's got amazing work ethic. Like, he is hungry. He's ready to go. And I was watching the preseason game, dude, and he's lowering his shoulder. He's hitting defenders. He's absolutely got no mercy, no surrender attitude. To boot, I had Walter Football on, and he studies. Like, he's a draft analyst. Him and Charlie Campbell at walterfootball.com. That's all they do for a living, is study these players that come in. And they're like in a year, they're already studying next year's players coming into the NFL draft. And his pass pro is really good. And I'm getting really good feedback in camp. Dude, I'm all in on TreVeyon Henderson. What are your thoughts on this guy? Absolute league winner, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at his stats from the first game, and it was that 100-yard kickoff return with his very first touch. He had one carry, 18 yards, 3 for 3 on catching for an additional 12 yards. That's insane. I mean, that's like super efficient. It's very exciting. I would have to say my only concern is I don't want to see this guy on special teams. He just needs to be an offensive featured player.
For sure.
And also, I'm a little concerned about New England. How good are they going to be? Are they going to be a top half scoring offense? I don't know if they're going to be that good. But it is certainly extremely exciting. TreVeyon Henderson is a guy I've been excited about since the beginning of the summer. Since the draft. And I see him as the next Jahmyr Gibbs. This guy is a potential top 5 RB, maybe not this year, but I think he's got that ceiling in him that he can get there year 2, year 3. But I'm excited for this year. His ADP right now on Sleeper, 63. That is such a bargain. To get a guy like that in the 5th round of your draft, I don't know how you could pass that up. I will take him every chance I can if I'm in the 5th round and he's available.
I'm in a big money league, and I had to get him in the 3rd, Jim. I drafted from the 10th spot, coming back around, and I had to get him in that 3rd spot. There was no other option because I know that the guys, when I was looking at the other guys they were going to pick, they didn't have any running backs, and Henderson was sitting there. Like, I know, especially with all that preseason hype, right? And I don't always buy into preseason hype, but I liked them before. Then you tack on the amazing training camp news and then the preseason. Dude, I'm all in on this guy. Like, I'm just excited. I had to just get him in the 3rd round if I wanted him. I just didn't think he was going to come back on that turn in the 4th round. So I did it. I got him. He's my RB3. And there's massive upside. And I'm not excited about the Patriots either, but they did improve their O-line. Drake May could be exciting. They added Diggs. They got Kyle Williams. They got as a rookie wide receiver there. There's like some exciting stuff going on there. And I don't see any reason why they shouldn't finish 2nd in their division past the Bills, like right behind the Bills. Like, I'm not really into Miami and teams like that, the Jets. Like, there could be something here, Jim. I'm really excited about TreVeyon Henderson, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've got... my only gripes are pretty minor overall, and he's such a good value on the draft board.
Sure.
I think 3 might be a little bit too early for him, but certainly 4th round pick, I'd still be interested in him. 5th round, I love him, and so just look for him on your draft board when you're out there, because he's a great option as your RB3. I mean, shoot, that is a perfect place to get a player like that. He will be fantastic for your team, especially if you're in PPR. If you're in a PPR league, he's going to be gold.
Love them. All right, the guy that you mentioned here, because what Jim and I do is we talk. Let's do a top 10 league winners episode. I give my 5, he gives his 5. And this guy I don't have a lot of stock in, but I definitely see the opportunity. Like, I'm all about like depth chart and like opportunity and talent. But I think he was a 5th round pick, so that kind of makes me, But the guy we're talking about is Chase Brown. He's your guy. I love the opportunity. What are your thoughts? Why do you love this guy so much, and why could he be a league winner?
Well, again, it's just the perfect situation. He is in an excellent offense. I mean, again, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and he's the running back. Last year, he was absolutely outstanding once he took over that backfield. He started the first half of the year, was splitting time with Zach Moss, didn't really do much. But then Zach Moss went down with an injury. He took over full time, and he averaged 19 touches and 5.5 targets per game. Averaging 115 scrimmage yards per game after that point for the second half of the season. And just absolutely outstanding production out of this guy. They got rid of Zach Moss. There's really no one else in that backfield. It's his backfield alone. And again, the Cincinnati defense is going to be garbage. It's going to be garbage. So this offense is going to have to score a ton of points to stay ahead of their opponent. I see extremely high ceiling for Chase Brown. I cannot believe he's going where he is. Now, I've got him right here. He on Sleeper, 28th overall. That's a 3rd round pick. God, if you're picking early 3rd or late 2nd, man, I'd take him. I would take him. I think he is that good. And so I am just salivating at the prospect that Chase Brown has with the offense that he's in and the defense that he plays with. It's going to be it's going to be a scoring fest, just like last year. It's going to be just like last year, except he has the whole backfield to himself for the whole year. I love him. I think he's great.
Did it add Tajay Brooks? I think it was fifth, sixth round, the rookie. He's got some ability there. I saw him make some good catches in training camp. There could be some volume share, but not much.
Yeah, I'm never worried about fifth round picks. I mean, I just don't even concern myself with them when it comes to dethroning a starter. I'm not worried at all.
Yeah,
he's the guy. He's the man.
Yep. Second round is as early as he comes, and I could see him coming off as early as mid second round, as early in those high stake leagues that want to get a running back early. But yeah, third round is kind of the value I like for him. All right, and the thing with him is I like Kyren Williams a little bit more. If you were to choose between him and Kyren, I would lean Kyren just simply because he got paid. And usually it's a contract hangover, but Kyren's still hungry. He's got a chip on his shoulder. But that's a question I get asked a lot. Chase Brown or Kyren? Who do you got? Chase Brown or Kyren if you had to choose?
I think I would lean Chase. Lean Chase. I love Kyren. I mean, again, Kyren's in my dynasty league. I love the guy. He got paid. That's awesome. But again, there's always a little bit of a letdown after the big payday. So that's a little red flag for me. It's not anything that says I'm not going to draft Kyren. But I think I just like Chase Brown because it's the opportunity here and the volume that he got. It's on a good offense. And I think the Cincinnati offense is better than the Rams offense. So, that's kind of where I'm at. Which team's going to score more points? I think it's going to be Cincinnati will score more points than Los Angeles. So
it's hard to argue that when you hear that Stafford's having back spasms or whatever he's
right.
That doesn't help the case. So, all right, the next guy, he's on your dynasty team. I tried to make a trade for him. Is Emeka Egbuka. I want to talk about this in a second. But do you want to share with people the story, what happened recently? Jim almost had a panic attack. We make a trade, and it was I wanted to add some wide receiver depth. He wanted to get some running back depth.
Running back depth. Yeah. So this is all these are two bench trades basically for us.
Yeah, so. two bench trades, and I wanted his Calvin Ridley, and he wanted Tajay Spears. We make the trade, and then I hear in the news, and I really felt bad. Usually, like in other people in the league, I really like. There's certain people in the league I don't like. But for Jim, I like Jim. I want Jim to have some depth at running back. And I gave him Spears, and like the next day, Spears carted off. I'm like, dude, carted off is not a good word unless you're playing Mario Kart or you're like grocery shopping or something. I'm like, this can't be good. Turns out it's a high ankle sprain or whatever it is, 2 to 3 weeks. Good news for Jim. Good news for Tajay Spears. But I had to share that story just because I felt really bad about that trade, Jim.
Well, if you want to reverse it, we can always reverse it, Counselor. Would you be okay with that?
No, I'm going to keep.
No, you don't want Tajay back.
I'm going to hang on. See,
luckily, if this had been for a bigger player, like one that was going to start for me week 1, I'd be very upset right now. I'm not too concerned. He's my RB4 on this team essentially, and so I think I'm okay. I'm not going to sweat it. He's someone that I need like by the middle of the season. And I think he'll be fine by then. And when you said carted off, right? Because the headline said carted off. Yeah. I went and I read the article and he actually walked off the field.
Oh, did he? Okay.
But then they after talking to him and everything, they got a card out and they took him back, right? From the sideline. So it's okay, so it's not quite as bad as being, prone in the middle of the field for 20 minutes while they bring out the cart. So anyway, but a high ankle sprain, not great. We'll see how that affects his play this year. Hopefully it's not bad.
So the reason I wanted to bring the dynasty up is because I'm really jealous of you. You've got Emeka Egbuka. I'm like legit, like I have like Emeka jealousy feeling here. So the reason being is you got him where Godwin I thought would play, and essentially he's entering this like crowded receiver room. I love the talent, right? Don't get me wrong. But we adapt, right? As we get close to the season, we adapt and we see who's trending up. And rave reviews in training camp out of Emeka. Had that really nice catch in preseason. I'm super excited, and Godwin's going to miss time. He's definitely missing time. I don't even know if he's going to come back. And by the time he does come back, it's like Emeka's going to steal the show. And Evans is over the hill. Dude, I'm excited and giddy about Emeka. Aren't you pumped about this guy?
Yeah, I am. And when it was in the early summer there, we had our draft. I traded away Lamar Jackson for Drake May and this pick, and it was a first round pick, the 12th overall pick. And I liked Emeka because his draft capital was great. He was like picked I don't even know, number 20 or something like that, 20th overall. And Chris Godwin had been knocked out for the season with that dislocated ankle injury. He's still recovering from that, still not back. I don't think he's going to be ready for week 1 because that's what the coaches said. The coaches said he'll be ready for week 1. And I'm like, nope, that always means he's not going to be ready. So there's a chance that Chris Godwin probably won't even play this year. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. And
Right.
yes, aging Mike Evans. I'm like, this guy, worst case scenario is Jackson Smith and Jigba. He'll have a limited role this year, but then it'll be growing over time. And now Jackson Smith and Jigba is the number 1 receiver for Seattle. And I see that's the path that Amika could have, and it could happen even quicker. It could happen by next year. He could be the wide receiver 1. But I really like the talent profile. He's going to be a wide receiver 1 eventually, and it's a good situation. So.
Love him. Love Amika. Draft him on all rosters. Next guy here I love is Drake London. I don't have a lot of stock in him. This is particularly your guy, so I'm going to let you cover him. But all I got to say is that there's no competition there. Like, he's the man.
He is the man. He had the 3rd most targets last year of any wide receiver. In the final game with Michael Penix, he got targeted like 18 times. Crazy, crazy volume. And contract year. Now, I just wanted to say, who was the number 1 wide receiver last year? It was Jamar Chase. It was a contract year for Jamar Chase. The year before, the number 1 wide receiver was CeeDee Lamb. Again, it was a contract year for CeeDee Lamb when he was the number 1 wide receiver. So of all the wide receivers in the top 12 right now, this one is the one I think that has the highest likelihood of becoming a wide receiver 1, and it's on a contract year. So I'm very excited about him. I get a keeper option in my friends league that I'm in. He's going to be my keeper because I get him as a 3rd round pick, which is fantastic. Fantastic value because he's usually going 2nd round. I think right now, sleeper, he's ranked 17th overall. That's a mid-2nd round pick, but I do very much like him. I know you don't like to take wide receivers early, but like I said, the volume and just the upside of this offense. And all the people that are on contract years this year, Bijan Robinson's on a contract year, Kyle Pitts is on a contract year, Drake London's on a contract year. That's very good. That's a very good sign for that offense to have 3 players on contract years. So, I see a lot of upside here, and I really like Michael Penix. He's a sleeper QB2 for me as well. But anyway, I'm all in. I'm all in on Drake London. I want him everywhere I can get him.
I don't blame you. And the fact of the matter is, I do like to go running back early, so I don't even look at these guys in regards to my drafts. But I like him better than Puka. I think he's way more upside than Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's in a diluted situation. I like him a lot more than some of those guys coming off in the 1st round. And if you're going like a guy like Jefferson, multiple good years, a decline imminent, and he's dealing with a hamstring injury, Jamar Chase coming off a pinnacle year, there's no guarantees, man. There's no guarantees. I was actually, I had Walter on, we put up a screenshot of like the first 3 rounds, Jim, last year. And like 15 of those picks were busts. And a lot of them were wide receivers, like Ayuk and Debo were coming off round 2. Olave was a round 2 guy. Tyreek Hill was a guy in round 1. Cooper Kupp was coming off round 2 and 3. It was like all these wide receivers busted last year. Like, it was absolutely crazy, other than like Jefferson and Chase, stuff, guys like that. But overall, like, there's no guarantees, Jim. Just because you get a wide receiver early does not lock in, the guarantee. So, but he's in a good position. Good position for sure. All right, next guy here, Jim. I absolutely love this guy. Like, I'm absolutely giddy about this guy. Now, when he got drafted, I loved him. I'm like, oh, Omarion Hampton on the Chargers, a dream. But the Najee Thorne was digging deep into my side. And that was enough to deter me from drafting him in the draft that I did, my big money league. I would say late April, early May. Like, people are like, you're crazy. Why are you drafting that early? It's because I was getting value at that point. Like, some of the guys that are, like, for example, like a Dante Thornton that's coming off later, right? He was going undrafted. I just got him with my last pick. Now he's coming off round 13 to 14 or whatever it is, because we know he's on first team, stuff like that. This is an example. So Omarion Hampton now, Jim, I don't know if you know this, but they asked Harbaugh, like, is he opening his eye? He's like, yeah, I could tell you he's opening his eye. I could tell you that, but there's no timeline on return for Najee Harris, as we were talking about, the fireworks accident. And there's a picture he posted on Snapchat. He had his visor on, and his left eye is pretty much half closed like this. Like, he's like, they're saying he's walking laps. This was a week ago. You're walking laps. Like, I'm looking at the clock right now on my watch. Like, season's almost here, dude, and you're walking? Like, what are you, like 1 year old? Like, what is this? Are we talking about toddlers here? Like, dude, he's not, I'm telling you. And now there's talk he might miss the first or second week. that means Omarian's going to run with his job. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for Hampton. I got to get him in the second round. Like, he's not falling to the third. He might fall to the 3-1 in a money league, but if you're drafting, let's say, mid-pack or 10th, if you don't get him coming back in the second, he's not coming back around to you, in your third round at the end of third. It's just not going to happen. Dude, I love this guy. I'm giddy about him.
Yeah, and I was never really worried about Najee. Najee has always been a low yards per carry guy. He's not explosive. He's good in pass protection. That's why he's gotten so much work. But he's a volume guy. He's only valuable because if he gets all the volume, he can be valuable. Yeah. But he's not that good. He's just going to a new team. And now because of this accident, he has not been at all participating in the preseason, activities and training camp activities. And who has? Omarian has. Omarian has been there every day, showing what he can do, and he is solidifying himself as the absolute RB1 workhorse on this team. And Najee is a support piece. Najee's going to come onto the field to give Omarian a break during games. Okay, that's going to be his role. Najee was brought in on a 1-year contract. Again, I'm not concerned at all about Najee. I've been in on Omarian Hampton since I saw, what he was doing in college and stuff. And I think that this is absolutely fantastic landing spot for Hampton. A run first offense, Harbaugh, great offensive line. He's going to be so productive. It's going to be fantastic watching him go. And yes, I would love to get him on every team. Sleeper, for some reason, still has this guy ranked at 39. And that is not realistic because you're right. He's going to be like a late second, early third round pick right now. And his buzz is just, he's just flying up the draft board right now. So get him where you need to get him. Probably second round. If he's still sitting on the board in the third round, you take him in the third round.
It's crazy. I'm looking at the Concheapsis rankings. They got Breece Hall ahead of him. Like, he's sitting 16, RB 16. James Cook comes right after him. Chuba Hubbard just after him at 18. But 16, man, he's better than Hubbard. He's better than James Conner, who's at 19. I think he's better than Achane, who's at 5. Achane's not going to get the volume that people think. Dude, I love this guy. I love him. I'm excited. I watched tape on him. We're talking reliable hands, physical burst. I saw him hurdling over people near the goal line. Like, he reminds me of he plays big, right? He reminds me of a smaller Henry, but with Saquon Barkley type play. I can't explain it, man. He just looks really, really good in a great situation. I'm all in. Sign me up. And that's it. That's all I got to say. Next guy here is another guy that I love, and some people will disagree. Maybe you will too as well, Jim. I don't want to spend too much time on him. It's really just a make or break year for Keon Coleman. And the simple fact is they got nobody else there. They got Palmer, years to wow us. We're not wowed. Shakir has been walking in a boot. He's been banged up. James Cook is having major contract issues. He doesn't even want to show up to preseason and play, which I think he showed up, but he didn't want to play. And listen, he has to do well. He's going to get fed the ball. There's just no denying it. And they didn't draft anybody else that's going to be a threat. So something tells me that he's gelling with Allen. And it has to be the year for Keon Coleman. And you're still getting him. You're getting theoretically a wide receiver 1, round 9. Same to like last year. Why not? That's how I look at it. It's Josh Allen here, Jim. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are projected to be one of the highest scoring teams in the NFL this year, so that's great. And, we already know that Josh Allen's going to be the QB1. He's fantastic, gold star, number 1 quarterback. But yeah, Keon Coleman, right now, sleeper, pick 118. So yeah, ninth or 10th round. Yeah, absolutely. Khalil Shakir, it's a high ankle sprain he's dealing with, so he's missing time. James Cook's missing. Number 1 by default. So yeah, as the number 1 receiving option for Josh Allen, that's valuable. And he can absolutely outperform that. I don't even know what wide receiver number he's being picked. It's is he like the wide receiver 40, wide receiver 45 at that point in the draft? It's he'll pay off on that ADP for sure. And here's upside.
Here's why I don't like the Concheapsis ranking. This is why you guys got to get 16 rounds. I'll give you a quick example. Wide receiver 54. Christian Kirk is ahead of him. Brandon Ayuk is ahead of him. Darnell Mooney's ahead of him. Cooper
Ayuk probably isn't going to even play this year. You know?
That's why rankings don't work, right? Debo Samuel, like Josh Downs, like guys that I don't, Jawan Jennings, I don't care for. Godwin is wide receiver 38 right now, and Keon Coleman is wide receiver 51, and Godwin ain't even going to play. Like this is what I'm talking about. Rankings don't work. So there you go. Keon Coleman, make sure he's on your roster. Number 7, you mentioned this, Jim, and it's a really good point. Backups to old guys. A guy that I really love, and I think he could be a league winner, is Trey Benson. We just saw a video come out with Kyler Murray saying that, like, the more reps he's getting, the more confident he's getting, the better he's looking. He predicts a breakout year for both him and Marvin Harrison Jr. But, dude, this is exciting, man. Trey Benson, a guy you were talking about is Keaton Mitchell, Jordan Mason. Who else is on this list of guys that could really take off?
Yeah, the big thing is you got to realize that a lot of these running backs are getting really old at this point. James Conner, age 30 season. Aaron Jones, age 30. CMC is age 29, but he's coming off all those injuries. Derrick Henry, age 31. Alvin Kamara, age 31. These are old running backs. And I've been watching some analysis of these older guys, and from age 29 to age 30, they're like, did any running backs improve on what they did in their age 29 season? There's only one in the past like 20 years that did better in his age 30 season, and it was Derrick Henry. It's like, it doesn't happen. It does not happen. These guys are going to be in terminal decline. And so why not? I mean, don't draft them, but instead draft their backups. I mean, James Conner's going to pick 51. Trey Benson's going to pick 149. Aaron Jones is going to pick 67. Jordan Mason's going to pick 116. Alvin Kamara is going to pick 44. Kendrick Miller is going to 264. That's a last pick. That's a last pick guy. One I really like, actually, I'm very kind of excited about this guy. I got him on my Dynasty League. Keaton Mitchell is going to 265 right now, back up to Derrick Henry, who's going 10th overall. And while I've always said Derrick Henry's like Frank Gore. He's going to be in the league for another 4 years or so, but he's going to get progressively less effective. And surprisingly, they only used Derrick Henry on about 55% of offensive snaps last year. They didn't really have him out a lot. They just put him in scoring situations. They put him in on the goal line. But Keaton Mitchell, just an electric player who unfortunately dealt with a severe injury he suffered in his rookie year, really didn't play second year. But he's coming out now, and he just looks very exciting, very shifty, very, very fast. He's like an A-Chan kind of player. And to just get him with the last pick of your draft, just get him. Just put him, hold him on your bench. If anything happens to Derrick Henry, or if Derrick Henry starts to decline, his role starts to decline, they only start using him around the goal line, this guy's going to get a lot. He's going to get a lot of yards. Yeah. He's very effective, very exciting player. But Trey Benson also. I love Trey Benson. I love Keaton Mitchell. Jordan Mason was fantastic last year when CMC went down. He was really, really good to start the year. And so I really like him as well to back up Aaron Jones, who I think is going to decline substantially this year. So yeah, this is a strategy thing. And, don't draft any of these old guys. Instead, draft their young backups and ride that, because those guys can really pay off. There's so many examples of players, running backs that come on in the second half of the season that win you your league. These are the names of the guys that could do that. And so I want as many shares of them as I can get.
Yeah, because I go robust RB, so I usually have 4 running backs early. I go top heavy, and I usually stack Benson as my RB5. And I feel really confident with that. And, to be honest, I hate it that the fact that guys like Connor still play and guys like Aaron Jones, because they just don't have the upside, the exciting ability that some of these younger guys have. And I just feel they're holding players back. And a perfect example is Kyron Williams. I don't know who was ahead of him. Was it Cam Akers years ago? And Cam Akers wasn't that old, but it's like, dude, you're not that good. And here's Kyron stuffed behind him. And then Kyron got the opportunity, took off. The same thing I feel could happen with some of these guys. So I think they should give him the opportunity. I think Benson should have been the starter last year. Obviously, he needed some things to grow with. I think he's there now, and he's hungry. He's come out and says, hey, we're going to have 2 RB1s on this team. That's what Benson says, and I'm hearing good stuff from camp. So look out, man. Trey Benson, some of these guys could really emerge. Good point, Jim. All right, the next guy here, I love. Now, I did end up not getting him in the new draft that I did because I was going more Henderson Hampton earlier on. I missed out on Caleb. And the fact of the matter is, man, people just don't see it now, but I see it clear as day. Warren is not a true RB1, and this debate has to stop. Because if Warren was good, you just talked about it. I mean, Najee Harris sucks. Like, he was never good. He's good pass pro, but he's just not an explosive runner, lacks the vision, runs into piles, I should say. Just doesn't have that elusiveness. And Warren couldn't beat him up for the job. And you say, oh, Warren got hurt. No, listen. If they believed in Warren, if I'm the Steelers, Jim, let's say you and I, let's do a simulation. We own the Steelers now, right? And if everybody's correct and Warren's the one, we don't need Caleb Johnson. We're going to run Warren. We'll bring in a backup. We'll bring in some bottom feeder guy. Because Warren's the one, right? But he's not. Caleb is a battle-tested workhorse, phenomenal hands, great vision. This is the guy. And 263 freed up attempts, Jim. I am all over this. And he's coming off round 6 round 6 for a true workhorse running back that could finish top 5 in fantasy at the running back position. I'm all in on this guy. Now, there was some concern about his pass pro, and there's also some concern that Arthur Smith can try to get cute with plays. Those are the two knocks. But hey, there's no perfect storm in fantasy. There's some close scenarios, no guarantees, but Caleb, he is the man. The man.
Yeah, I mean, I like him and I like the value where he's going. You know, I don't really have high expectations for Pittsburgh this year. I think they're going to actually try to tank this team in order to get a really good draft pick next year so they can finally get themselves a quarterback. Part of the problem they've had is they're just stuck in this purgatory after Ben Roethlisberger, where they're always good enough, like they're always like a playoff contender, so they get a mid to high first round pick, you know, like 20 to 25, like right in that range, and you just can't get a good quarterback in that range. So I think, I mean, again, Aaron Rodgers so past his prime at this point. DK Metcalf's not that good. That's my big concern is the offense isn't going to be very good. There's not going to be a lot of scoring opportunities. But Caleb Johnson, right now ADP on Sleeper, 79th overall. That is a solid, you can get a solid RB3 production out of this guy, I think. And so to get him at pick 79, just it's value for me. I like the option. I like the opportunity. I don't think Warren is that good either. And Warren didn't show anything last year. And so it's like, I think it's eventually going to be Caleb's backfield. And if that happens, he'll actually be really good. He'll be very productive. If he gets all the work, he'll be good. But otherwise, like I said, I think a wide receiver 3 is about his ceiling right now for this year. But I do like him. Like I said, because I like the value.
Dude, RB27, I like him more than Pacheco. I like him more than Tony Pollard. I like him more than Aaron Jones. All guys coming off ahead of him. I like him more than Montgomery. I like him more than Swift, James Conner, Chuba, James Cook. All these guys are ahead of this guy, and this guy's primed to absolutely take over the league and get a ton of volume. Now, I do disagree with you. We had this spirited debate before that they're not going to tank the team. I just think there's too much ego there with Aaron Rodgers. We talked about this. And also, Tomlin is on the hot seat. He has to make a deep playoff run. Just making the playoffs is not good enough. Having a winning record is not good enough. You need to go deep. And I just don't think they're going to tank the team. I know they do need a quarterback. I just don't think that there's just too much egos there to go out.
There is too much egos, but I just don't think Rodgers can do it anymore. I mean, I actually watched him last year. I went to the Pittsburgh game and they were playing the Jets. And man, Aaron Rodgers did not look good. He just didn't look good. He's a year older now. And he's arrogant. And, he used to be great, but I just don't think his body can cash those checks anymore and do what he did, 5 years ago. So I just don't think the team is going to be that good. But again, it doesn't matter if the running back gets all the work on a bad team, he'll be just fine for fantasy. Now that list of running backs you gave there, I think I would take Pacheco over him, maybe Swift.
Nah,
but that's it. Yeah, maybe Swift. I think Chicago's going to be pretty good offensively this year. I think they're going to be a good offensive team, and Swift is really the only guy in that backfield. But regardless, I think Caleb's a good choice. I think he's a good choice. But there are a couple guys there that I do like a little bit more than him for this year.
I heard Swift and I heard some names. I wish Connor was here. Connor, actually, I took him upstairs to my kids. My kids are 8 and 6, right? And they've seen Connor and heard him when I replay some of these YouTube videos. And they know that you and Walter like to cook him up and stuff on the grill. Connor the sheep, for people that are new to the channel, he's a pup. People say he's a puppet, but he's a real employee. He's on payroll here. So I would have brought Connor and the sheep, but they wanted to grill him up. They're like, "Come here, Connor." And they have a little toy kitchen, and they put Connor on the grill. Can you believe
Excellent. That is so perfect. Plus the fact that he has to deal with a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old all day. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, they're pulling his limbs apart as we speak. I can hear him up there going, "Oh, help me, help me." Connor. All right. Speaking of sheep, I don't agree with this one. I don't think he's a league winner unless like Rashee Rice gets suspended for the whole season or something like that, and you get a major regression from Travis Kelce. But I don't think he's worthy of my draft pick. But Xavier Worthy, what are your thoughts on this? You put him on this list. I don't think he's worthy even of this list.
Well, I got to say, I kind of like how the entire Kansas City offensive skill players are being discounted on the draft board right now. It's still Patrick Mahomes, and there's still a lot of talent on this team. And remember, Xavier Worthy was the fastest player ever at the Combine in 2024. He was the RB23. I'm sorry. He was, excuse me. Last year, again, his volume wasn't great for most of the year, but it did close out the final 3 weeks. He had 11 targets, and 9 targets. And now you've got the whole deal with Rashee Rice is going to be suspended at some time this year. Possibly. We don't know if it's going to be this year or next year. I'm going under the assumption that Rice will be suspended this year. And, Kelce's in decline, so there needs to be a new number one receiver, and Xavier Worthy is the closest thing we have to Tyreek Hill on this team. And so his ADP right now, well, anyway, his ranking on Sleeper, 56th overall. I like the discount there. I like being able to get him in the 5th round. I think that's a great spot to grab someone like Worthy. And I just really like the upside that he offers in an offense that I think will be better this year. Last year, the Kansas City offense was pretty dismal, and I think it's going to be better this year. Pacheco's healthy. I like Pacheco too. I like the upside. I like where he's going on the draft board. And even Mahomes, I think Mahomes has actually a pretty decent thing on the draft board as well. So, I'm just like looking overall. Kansas City will be a top 5 offense this year. And if it is, these guys are all going to pay off on their ADP. So, but I do like where Worthy is, and I do think he is the wide receiver.
Yeah, I've got no Worthy stock at all. None whatsoever. And that's fine. I just see him. I see him as a nice value piece. And like I said, I think Kansas City is going to be a top 5 offense. And if they are, all these players that are getting a discount right now, Pacheco, Mahomes, Worthy, they're all going to pay off. So I like the upside there. I like the upside that they offer. Fair enough. I just think it's too target diluted, but that's where we disagree. But that's okay. That's what makes the show more interesting. All right, let's go. Last one here. I've got stock on all teams. A quick story here. I entered. I think I told you this story, Jim. I was sharing with you because I wanted to vent my frustrations. I'm in this big money league, and it's like clockwork in best ball where I was getting Tyler Warren 7th rounder after. So I'm on the 5-6 turn. I see Calvin Ridley in there. I grab him. I come back around, and I wanted to get Caleb Johnson. And I thought that, on round 7, that Tyler Warren would kind of make his way around to me, and then Emeka after that. So what ends up happening is I ended up getting Calvin Ridley, and the guy, because I was in the 10th spot, you know how there's like 4 picks in between. The guy after me goes Hawkinson. The other 2 guys go out on a wide receiver, running back, whatever they do. And then the pick coming back, I'm like, for sure I got like Tyler Warren. Like this, I'm good. At least if I want Tyler Warren, I can get him in the 6th if I want him. The guy goes Hawkinson and Warren. So I'm losing it, right? Because I have to have Tyler Warren. And he looked great in preseason. He's going to be the wide receiver one there. They've got no other wide receiver. And I was like, dude, I lost it. Jim, and by the way, we lost Jim's visual here. So I'm just going to continue on here with just, Jim, are you still there audio-wise?
I am still here.
Okay, he's here in spirit. He's not visually. Okay. Ooh, hear the ghost here. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So I was really pissed off, Jim. I called you, and Tyler Warren literally, honestly, came off way too early. And this guy, I wanted to curse him, took my Tyler Warren. So I'm in this league now without Tyler Warren. So I spent another $2,000 and got another league. And yes, that's how pissed off I was. Can you believe it, Jim? Can you believe it?
I can't believe you spent another $2,000 on another league just so you could get Tyler Warren.
I'm that crazy because I have.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, I guess you got to think about okay, if I don't get Tyler Warren, who would I get after that? Did you get Arroyo at least in that league where you missed out on?
Yes, I got Arroyo, and I ended up getting Caleb Johnson on that term, which I'm still happy with the team. But I had to have Warren, and this redefines what must-have is all about. If you got to have a player, you'll spend another $2,000 to get him. So that wraps that up here. Jim, I mean, these are absolute league winners. If you had to choose one that you have to buy another 2K buying league for, that you have to have on your team, that you believe is a league winner, who's your player to wrap this up?
Of this group, geez, I mean, I would probably take someone like Travion Henderson or Amarian Hampton. Like I said, the rookie running backs, I'm so high on them right now.
Me too.
Last year the wide receiver group was really good, and we ended up with 6 rookie wide receivers, which placed in the top 36, which is fantastic. I see the same thing happening this year with the rookie running backs coming in. I think it's that good a class, and so I'm real excited about all the guys. I mean, if we could go back to Tyler Warren real quick. I just remember the day. It wasn't even that long ago when the whole consensus about tight ends is you never took them until year 3.
Right.
And yet each year for the past few years, it's been a rookie tight end that has been the tight end. It was Brock Bowers last year. Before that, it was
Laporta.
Yeah, it was Laporta. Yeah, I mean, it's like crazy how it has changed, and I'm shocked that Tyler Warren is going as the tight end 8 right now. So that is a great value. I think he's going to be a fantastic option, and shoot, he could be the tight end 1. And if he doesn't, you got him. You get him at like pick 101, which is where Sleeper has him. Geez, your team's going to be great.
The Chiefs just have him as tight end 12. So it's still great value for a guy who's absolutely going to dominate this year. He's got all the abilities to be an amazing pass catching tight end. I'm super excited about Warren.
It's just amazing how the coaching at the college level has really modified and has gotten these guys ready, pro ready going into year 1 in the NFL. It's such a complex position to teach, and that's why it always took so much time. But man, kudos to the college coaches out there that have put it together, that are producing these pro ready tight ends year 1. It's very exciting. It's fantastic development for fantasy football and for the NFL. I'm excited to see what he does this year.
Absolutely. I love him. And Jim, I think we got a frozen view. Let me show you what you look like in frozen view. We should have just kept a picture up of you. It would have been better than that voice in the background.
I bet it would have been. All I see is a black screen, so I can't. It's not showing it on my side. It's just a black screen for me.
Well, we're gonna keep a nice frozen picture.
I'm sure it's I'm sure it's like one eye is half closed, and one of those great pictures. Just very attractive. Perfect for like my Christmas card. That sort of a photo.
This is pretty good. It's mugshot worthy. This one. Let's. Oh man, so no, it's a good ending to the video. So we're gonna keep it up here just for the people to see it. It's actually not that bad.
Thank you for doing that for me. I appreciate that.
All right, Jim, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for being here. Smash thumbs up, drop a question. Those are some league winners. Make sure you draft them. Make sure you guys do grab that 16-round draft, so you put your light shoes ahead of the sheep. Don't draft without it. I do direct coaching. Join the Fantasy Frontlines for in-season starts and sits waiver wire. Everything is linked below. Join our Discord. And man, thanks, Jim, again for having us come back on. People love you.
Hey, thanks, counselor. I'm going to go throw this camera in the garbage. So,
all right. He needs a new camera. All right, guys, we'll talk soon. Have yourself a great day. Lion mentality and enjoy the rest of your day. We're out. Bye, Jim.
See you later.